What's good, YouTube? Flan Speaks. Another video. I said, listen, I'm gonna have to do the video joint with this one, man. Philadelphia 76ers fall to the New York Knicks. Game 1 in Madison Square Garden, 104 to 111. And we're gonna talk about it, man. We're gonna talk about it. All right, listen. First of all, congratulations to the New York Knicks. You know what I mean? Boys came out there, balled out, played hard, did what they had to do, did what they were supposed to do, came out there and were able to take game 1. You know, they were favored to do it, and hey, look, they did it. Now, we're going to go take a quick deep dive into this game, though, to look at what happened and tell you how I felt about it. First quarter started off, and I kind of pretty much saw what I thought I was going to see. Nick Nurse was going to throw a totally different strategy at Jalen Brunson. See, this is the thing a lot of y'all weren't understanding. You come out there, especially you Knicks fans, talking about, Jalen Brunson is the best player, on the court and all of that. And I think it was very clear and easy to see that Jalen Brunson is not the best player in this series. The best player, without a doubt, in this series is one Joel Embiid. I think that's very clear. I don't think anyone who knows anything about basketball would say anything other than that otherwise. And that your only chance is when Embiid is either not on the floor for any length of time, or if he's, hurt, which we got that scare earlier. But we're talking about Joel Embiid, okay, at 70%, if that, still giving you 29, 8 rebounds, and he threw in a good 6 assists right there to a Jalen Brunson who, was able to get a hard 22, which I respected, but that was a hard 22. He wasn't really able to get off, you see. The stuff he was doing as far as getting 40 and all of that, y'all got to understand, the regular season and the playoffs are two completely different animals, right? In the playoffs, you might catch a team on any given off night who really may have just played another team the night before or 2 nights before, and they're not. Scouting is completely different. You going out there just trying to run your sets. You might be trying different things to get your team where you want it. You might be trying different lineups. You might go 9 deep, 10 deep on the bench on the regular season. But, when the playoffs start, the bench is shorter. You put certain guys on guys that are the best matchup. Sometimes you blitz guys more. You do different things in the playoffs that are specific for that player. And it's clear. Oubre was giving Jalen Brunson mad problems, all right? Way more problems than anybody who's throwing at Joel Embiid. Joel Embiid was cooking your centers. Hardenstein, Robinson. Now, what I will give Robinson credit for was at the end of the game, he had a couple of good defensive possessions. He really did. Part of that, if we're going to be honest and be real, was at the end of the game, Joel Embiid getting tired. No, I'm not going to use that as an excuse, but we're not going to sit here and act like he's some Embiid stopper because he's not. Embiid still came away with 29, on Robinson, who gives you nothing on offense but 8 points, which is mostly putbacks and dump-offs. Right? Now, Robinson went and grabbed 12 boards, which is concerning. I'm concerned with Robinson's 12 boards. I'm concerned with Hardenstein and Brunson grabbing 7, and definitely with Josh Hart getting 13. When I look at the way the Knicks won and the way we lost, I'm not really concerned. You know what I mean? This is the type of game where you go into game 2, and Nick Nurse just has to stress to the team, to box out and go after those rebounds, really hustle, stop. Don't take no plays off. You got to go real hard against this team. This Knicks team reminds me of the 01 Philadelphia 76ers, where Iverson and Eric Snow and George Lynch and, Theo Ratliff and all those guys, because they knew they had Allen Iverson, who was one of the best players in the world. First of all, we're going to make this clear. Jalen Brunson is not Allen Iverson. But what we are going to say is that it's a similarly built team that relies on defense and out hustling the opponent, right? They're not going to beat you because they're more talented. because the Knicks are far from that. And it's a team that fits New York. Typically, the New York Knicks, those are the type of teams they have. You know, that team, that city falls in love with hard-working, blue-collar type dudes, you know, that never stop. And this benefited them tonight. They did not stop playing hard down to that last second. And this is a reminder. And this is something that, you know, is really, Nick Nurse going to really preach to these guys. But to be real, I don't think the Sixers are discouraged by this loss at all. And really, nobody in Philly who watched this should be discouraged at all. The only thing you would be concerned with is maybe Embiid, you know, his health. But you look at it, 70% Embiid still giving you 29 points, though. It's kind of crazy when you think about it. You know what I mean? Maxey, who many of them were saying OG. I'm listening to these Knicks fans, you know, in the comments, you know, OG going to lock up Maxey, watching some of their shows and, like, come on, man. OG not knocking Maxey up because, number one, you know, the way basketball's played in 5-on-5, it ain't just a guy on guy. It's not one-on-one basketball anyway. They set screens. A number of things happen in the game, and Maxey is the type, he's so explosive, he going to get his. You know what I mean? He going to get the switch out. Those times when Robinson switched out on him, he was cooking him. He was cooking OG at times. Damn sure was cooking Brunson at times. You know what I mean? It's like they don't have anybody, you know, that's really going to stick them. Now, shout out to Kelly Oubre. He had a very good game. For me, I'm looking at the defense. I mean, he gave me 10 points, which is good. But really, I'm looking at that defense he put on Brunson. That's really good. Repeat that again. This isn't really going to be an easy series. It's still going to go, it won't go past 6 games. And I'm still sticking with 5, to be honest with you. Now, the guy we need more from for real is Tobias Harris. Tobias Harris, bro, you can't be giving us 7 points. I appreciate the 9 rebounds, but, you know, really those rebounds need to be, if you're going to be giving me 7 points, I need the rebounds around 13, 14 to be for real, for me to accept that type of a performance. Like, I need more aggression. Whenever they put Josh Hart on Tobias needs to be like backing him down and doing turnarounds and stuff like that. You know what I mean? Like I said, Embiid gutted it out. He was the best player on the floor. Anybody who don't see that, you don't know basketball, man. We're going to get rid of that narrative, which was dumb anyway, that Brunson's the best player in the series, because he's not. He's a 6'2" guard. And when a guy like that is your best player in your team, you're not going to win a title. Like, you lucky, you know what I mean, getting into the playoffs, and you're not even going to win this series for real, unless we have a situation where Embiid is totally out. Maxey did his thing. You know what I mean? Did his thing. 33, yeah, 33. Like, all that, he going to be stopped. Come on. Kyle Lowry, good game. 18 points, 4 rebounds, 2 assists. He's going to be a big key in us winning this series. Buddy Hield, I need more from you, dog. Buddy Hield was one of the biggest disappointments in this game. He gave me nothing off the bench, right? You got guys like this dude like McBride they got. You know what I mean? Who he's not a player that people would think is better than Buddy Hield. He's not bigger touted or anything like that. He wasn't a better college player, hasn't had a better career than Buddy Hield at all so far in his career. Buddy Hield's a guy that should be able to get you 20 a night. Why does he have 0 points? It boils down to, like, Buddy don't really, like, I don't know if he got that dog in him, but it could be that he's the type of guy that's not going to play well on the road, but he's going to light you up at home. We'll see. I expect more from him. You know, he should at least give you what a damn DiVincenzo gave you. And Buddy Hield, you would think is better than DiVincenzo, better than, you know, McBride gave us 21, you know. And this is what I'm saying, why I'm not really discouraged by this game. I don't see that happening every night. Like Knicks fans, I hate to break it to you. If you counting on McBride to just make shots like that, if you count on Hart to make shots like that, like, come on, man. A big part of the reason why y'all won this game, in them last 3 minutes, Nick Nurse did a horrible job with his calls. At the end of that game, he went into a zone where he just said, fuck it, leave Hart open. Fuck it, leave OG open, and that was a mistake. Hart hurt him with that. Instead of just sticking everybody, playing the defense that gave us a lead, which was, you know, Oubre following and running up under the screens and stuff like that, that defense was very effective. You know, if you look on the floor, this is when The Philadelphia Eagles had to, the Philadelphia 76ers were getting out on them. Was when they played that defense. We went into that zone, you just leaving you up to the mercy of the opponent now. They make shots, it's going to kill you. They miss, you did good. And this time, these guys made their shots. The one thing I say about like Hart and these guys is, though they're not like very well experienced NBA players, like they're players that are used to high pressure situations because they won 2 national championship games. In college, people think that don't matter. It does matter because pressure is pressure, no matter what the level is. Like you can't leave Josh Hart wide open because he's not a bitch. Like Josh Hart will make it if you're wide open. If you're wide open, you stick him, he won't, because he's not that guy when it comes to shooting. Same thing with OG, But needless to say, good job for the Knicks. Good job to the Knicks, man. But like, if y'all really think that this is like some type of prelude to really what this is going to be like, I don't see it. You know what I'm saying? Y'all took game 1. Good, you were supposed to. Now it's on the Sixers to split here in New York, win game 2. And then we back to Philly, man. When you get to Philly, it's a little different. Y'all better really bring it, y'all better really bring it, man, because at home, that's when our role players show up. You see what I'm saying? So that's when you get the better games out of the campaigns and the Buddy Hills and the Batoons and all these types of guys who didn't really provide much tonight. Really, we didn't get much from the bench at all. And then when I look at the team stats, the other thing that really hurt us more than anything, right, besides them damn three-pointers that we let the Knicks score, because the Knicks weren't really shooting the three well until the end of the game. We let them go 16 to 35. You can't really have that. There's 45% from three. You cannot allow that. We've shot better from the free throw percentage. That's good. We allowed them to have 55 rebounds, including 23 offensive rebounds. You just can't do that. And then they had 32 defensive rebounds. Like, you just can't do that. There's no reason to, because they're not really the bigger team. That just boils down to hustle and want more. And the reason the Knicks are like that is because they're the type of team they have to rely on that, right? So you got to keep that in mind. And that's just effort stuff. You know what I mean? That doesn't scare me. I'm not worried about losing those series because somebody's going to out-hustle me. You know what I mean? I expect a definite better effort on that part. All you got to do is play harder to beat a team. That's nothing. You know what I mean? But listen, man, that's the thing about the difference between basketball and like games like football. Football, you can have those upsets where like the team that's less talented can come and win because whatever, the ball bounced one way, something, misfortune happens that way. But here in a 7-game series, the cream rises to the top, and we already see Maxey and Brunson, like I've been telling y'all, they cancel each other out at best, right? They're equal level players. This Brunson idea that he's better than Maxey is delusion, right? Actually, the playoff ball really favors Maxey because, like, his explosiveness, y'all saw it, right? He do things that Brunson ain't doing. Brunson don't have that athleticism and that explosiveness. You see what I mean? Brunson rely on craftiness. He rely on smarts. And I like that, right? But you saw what Max was doing. You know what I mean? So we not going to be out here acting like, he's so much better. Like how and where. Where is that at? You know what I mean? Y'all won this game because Nick Nurse went with that stupid-ass zone and allowed Hart to just have open shots, number one. And then number 2, we got out rebound, which, you know what I mean? I just think that's a fixable thing. That boils down to focus, boxing out. I don't know what we're going to do about Embiid's knee. He might not be able to bang with some of the, like Robinson, who he's so corny and trash. Yes, he is trash. He is trash. Like, I know y'all don't want to believe it, but he is. He's trash. He's so trash that he just focuses on rebounds. You know what I mean? Y'all know he trash. Like, we not going, come on now. Dog, y'all see Embiid, what he doing? He passing shit to himself and dunking on him. Like, it's not this. It's just totally different levels. He better than both of them dudes you got put together. And like I said, last game, yeah, if the Sixers was to call up the Knicks, Dolan, whatever his name is, be like, yo, we want to trade Joel Embiid. Give me Brunson, give me Hart, give me Robinson, Hardenstein, give me all that shit. Yeah, you throw McBride in there too. Guess what Dolan would do? He would sign that in a heartbeat. He would do that. And he'd take his chances on B's health because he know he got a better chance of winning with that than with them dudes y'all got all the way healthy. And it's going to play itself out. But again, congratulations, Knicks. But I'm not impressed. And I still see us just taking this like relatively easy, to be honest with you. Just got to make a couple little adjustments here and there. Play a little harder, to be honest with you, man. But see y'all game 2, man. Peace.